Hello, my name is Ethan Zamora, and I am attending Stanford University, Cohort 8, and I am doing my reflection assignment for my public speaking class, Professor Ryan. So, public speaking, what does it mean to me? Public speaking is a pretty important thing for me. I originally, when I first started this term, I didn't think that it would be too important. I thought it was just another skill that I would kind of learn to be decently. But over the past few weeks, I've come to realize that it is pretty important, especially when it comes to making a presentation and speaking to really anyone. It really has improved my confidence, especially when it comes to making a video speech like how I am doing it now, or when it comes to just talking like face to face with an audience during a presentation. I have really learned a lot from this class, and I really didn't think I would, but it's taught me a good lesson or two about how to really speak. Oh, not 2 lessons, a good amount of lessons on how to really formulate a good, decent presentation. So one thing that I'm struggling on, that I still am trying to fix up, is my amount of time. I am not very good with time management. It's a thing I'm still working on. It's over the past few speeches that I've been doing. I have been working on it. My last speech I didn't do too well on for time management, but the presentation that I made after that, I was able to really stretch it out and try to make it all fit in a good time frame, and I just took my time with it. Another important thing that we've learned through this class was how important it is to really speak not very nervously, very confidently. Being confident is a super important thing, because if you're talking and your audience sees that you're not confident in what you're saying, they're going to see you as less credible and see you as not be very focused on what you're trying to say, or the information you're trying to give. I have been in a situation where the presentation that I've made, I wasn't very confident. I was very nervous to present, and I can tell by the way my audience was reacting to the way I was presenting. It was a very boring, very sad speech. Presentation. It wasn't a very good one. Once I started to take this class, I started to make better and better presentations, which I'm very grateful for, because making good presentations is pretty good. It's pretty important, especially in school. Another one was one of my speeches. I did really like writing my first speech. My first speech was a very, very strange speech for me, because I had written it all in one day, and it took, it's not that hard to do, write it in one day, but I felt very rushed on it. I also had my friend there to help me with my presentation. I used him as kind of someone that I can demonstrate on, and I'm very glad that he was there to help me. It really helped a lot during this thing. My second speech, I wasn't too confident on, because I didn't really have a stable topic to choose. I chose on how to read a prescription, but it wasn't what I was really wanting it to be. The third speech, I had a very strong understanding for. It was a persuasive speech. It was on how to persuade a patient to take a medication. I've gone through that. I've witnessed a lot of that stuff, where the patient would refuse to want to take medication, and how it would be for a patient that has a mental disorder such as schizophrenia or psychosis to take a medication. It would be a lot more difficult to administer something for them. So I talked about that. I really enjoyed this speech, and then now I'm making this one right now on my reflection on how I did, or how my class went for me. It was really hard for me in the beginning, but I started to catch up a little bit, and it really, like, it hit me hard that I was messing up. So really trying to get all this back together, get my work back up, really was something like very challenging for me, and I really am grateful that my professor was here to help me with everything. He really kind of helped me a good amount. The next one I did after sorry, there's people walking around. The next one I did after my persuasive speech was the personal narrative one. That one I got very good feedback from my professor on that one. I wasn't too confident. I was confident, but I wasn't too confident in my answers. It could have been a lot better, like how I talked about the environment of like the workplace, and how I would rather that be better than more of a toxic place. I did talk about a few other things that I shouldn't have talked about, and I'm grateful for that feedback. And I didn't know that wasn't supposed to be talked about. Usually when I talk to the people around me, they say always make sure that you're getting fair enough pay, but especially when getting hired, I don't think that's a good idea to look for. This class is very good. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I understand why I needed it, because I mean, you need to be able to talk to a patient very confidently. You can't be mumbling like how I used to be when I was working at a care home. I was a little nervous, not very confident when I was talking, so when I would talk to the patients, it would be very, very low tone. I'd have a very low voice, and I wouldn't be able to project really what I'm trying to say. This class really helped me on being able to do that. I'm not very nervous to talk to anyone, especially patients now. I can really say what I need to get, or not what I need to say. I can really it's just a very grateful thing I have. And yeah, that's my speech. Take care. Have a good one. I wish you all the best.